Hello there, how you doing? Hope you're well. This is the Biluta Packraft and I've just been out for a first outing in it and I just thought I'd let you know what my thoughts are about it. I bought this on eBay. I got it for 240 quid. Now for a Packraft, that's pretty good. If you know anything about Packrafts, these are generally quite expensive. Now this isn't TPU, it's PVC, so it is slightly heavier than the TPU Packrafts. And again, I think that's why it's a bit cheaper. It does seem to have, and I could be wrong, but it does seem to have some kind of ripstop technology in the PVC. But again, as I say, could be wrong. It weighs about 3 kilos and it packs down into this really small bag. I still can't believe how tiny and lightweight this is. Comes with this backrest and the seat. I actually anticipated this seat being really uncomfortable because I first tried it out on land, you know, kind of like in my flat, so sat on flat ground. But when you're actually in it, the base drops and this actually does fit quite nicely into the middle of your back. So yeah, for the trip that I've done today, I've not had any major issues, and this was more comfortable than I expected too. Yeah, I think you could have dropped that a little bit. I think I could let a bit more air out of that and it'd still be just as comfortable, but yeah, it was all right. It was surprisingly comfortable. As you can see, it's got all these kind of tie-out points as the seat to keep the backrest in place. And when you actually pack the boat up, you undo that one and just let this one drop so that it folds flat. Now, I've already decided I don't like this without the skeg, and it was really weird getting into such a soft bottom boat. That's the drop stitch floor from the Go Plus, and I put that in just to add some stability to the bottom, and I've also added a skeg which I'll show you in a minute. Let's just talk about the Packraft for now. You've got these kind of luggage straps at the front in the form of webbing, which I haven't used. What this does lack is suitable sort of like loops to moor things onto, to lash things onto. Now this does come with, they are actually the type of valves that are used in drop stitch floors. I inflated this with the Pumtech pump, and if you've seen my rechargeable pump video, you'll know kind of which one I mean. And that did a really good job of putting just about all the air I needed in this, and then I just used a drop stitch pump just to add a bit more, just to firm it up a bit. Now I don't know what kind of pressure this is supposed to inflate to, because there were no instructions with it, and it doesn't say anything in here about what you should inflate it to. So I've inflated it to, it's still squeezable, but there's a rigidity to it, if you know what I mean. And it still feels soft when you're on the water. It's kind of cool, actually. Now I bought this for sort of like car camping trips and that kind of stuff. And if cycling trips, if I want to take a boat with me and do a cycle to somewhere and then jump in the boat and paddle back, that's kind of, this is where I saw this fitting in for me, which is why I wasn't overly fussed about having one of the extreme light ones. If you've seen some of my biathlon videos, you'll know that I've done some of those cycling trips with really heavy boats on my back. And I kind of saw this as an alternative, something to try out. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to position the bike when I do this. I think I need to do a small dry run first, if you like, just to see where I'm going to put the bike. Did benefit, as I say, from having the skeg put in. So I attached a Gumatex skeg mount there so that I could fold this up, so that just rolls up. It's just a fabric mount and that'll just roll up with the boat, which is really handy. And I do feel it benefited from having the drop stitch floor in. What I haven't done yet is tried it without the drop stitch floor and the skeg, and I will do that at some point. But yeah, I quite like that. In fact, I don't just quite like it, I really like that. And as I say, I really love how small it packs down. So I'm going to deflate it, put it back in the bag. I'll put it on time lapse so you can see just how small this is at the end and how easy it is to pack up. I mean, how cool is that? That's tiny. Forgot to mention, in the bag you do get some repair patches. No glue or anything, but there are some repair patches should you need them. And if you rolled it a bit tighter, it would go in a bit easier. Nevertheless, still pretty tiny, right? I mean, that's the paddle. Now what this does come with is it comes with this tiny little jackhammer air pump, which is all right, That's a standard size kind of drop stitch pump. That's the Go Plus one. So as you can see, it is tiny. It does the job. It just takes an awful lot of inflating with such a tiny pump. I used the Pumtech to inflate it and then topped it up with this. If you're going to use the Pumtech though, you do need an adapter. This Go Plus pump, well, when I first bought the Go Plus, I thought it was going to be dreadful because it's no good for the Go Plus because it's single action, but it's all right for topping that up. Yeah, and there's that Gumatech skeg that I've attached a mount for on there. Yeah, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. If you like the video, you know what to do. If you don't like it, you know what to do. And if you like what I'm doing on the channel and you want to see more of this stuff, by all means, hit the bell and smash subscribe. And then you won't miss out because you'll get a notification. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you found this useful. You take care of yourself. Cheerio. Did I mention I paid 240 quid for this? Bargain.